Hi, guys. Welcome to my channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. What are taxes? So make sure to watch the full video. Taxes are payments to federal, state, and local governments to fund their expenditures. The three main types of taxes are applied to income, wealth, and consumption. For example, individuals and businesses are subject to federal income taxes, and people who own real estate must pay property taxes. Learn what taxes are, how they are assessed, and whether you need to pay them. What are taxes? Taxes are mandatory contributions levied on individuals or corporations by a government entity, whether local, regional, or national. Tax revenues finance government activities, including public works and services such as roads and schools, or programs such as Social Security and Medicare. In economics, taxes fall on whoever pays the burden of the tax, whether this is the entity being taxed, such as a business, or the end consumers of the business's goods. From an accounting perspective, there are various taxes to consider, including payroll taxes, federal and state income taxes, and sales taxes. Understanding taxes. To help fund public works and services, and to build and maintain the infrastructure used in a country. A government usually taxes its individual and corporate residents. The tax collected is used for the betterment of the economy and all who are living in it. In the United States and many other countries in the world, income taxes are applied to some form of money received by a taxpayer. The money could be income earned from salary, capital gains from investment appreciation, dividends or interest received as additional income, payments made for goods and services, and so on. Tax revenues are used for public services and the operation of the government, as well as for Social Security and Medicare. As the large baby boomer generation has aged, Social Security and Medicare have claimed increasingly high proportions of the total federal expenditure of tax revenue. Throughout U.S. history, tax policy has been a consistent source of political debate. How taxes work. The government that imposes each tax has a particular set of laws governing the amount and collection of that tax. Those laws and the type of tax determine how different tax systems work. That said, some key concepts generally apply across tax systems, such as tax base, the items or activities subject to a tax. Tax rate, the percentage of a taxpayer's tax base that is used to calculate the taxpayer's tax liability. Tax return, a form or series of forms filed by taxpayers with the government imposing the tax on which a taxpayer's tax liability is calculated and tax payments are reconciled. For example, for the federal income tax, the tax base is a taxpayer's taxable income. The tax rates are set every year by the IRS, and the tax return that most individual taxpayers use is Form 1040. A tax requires a percentage of the taxpayer's earnings or money to be taken and remitted to the government. Payment of taxes at rates levied by the government is compulsory, and tax evasion, the deliberate failure to pay one's full tax liabilities, is punishable by law. On the other hand, tax avoidance, actions taken to lessen your tax liability and maximize after-tax income, is perfectly legal. Most governments use an agency or department to collect taxes. In the United States, this function is performed federally by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Types of taxes. There are three major types of taxes. 1. Taxes based on income. 2. Taxes based on consumption. 3. Taxes based on wealth. Taxes based on income. Taxes based on income, or income taxes, are taxes assessed on an individual's or business's earned and unearned income. The federal government collects income taxes, as do most states and some local governments. In the United States, both individuals and certain businesses such as corporations pay income taxes. Though the federal government collects far more in personal income taxes than in corporate income taxes. The Internal Revenue Service, IRS, is responsible for collecting federal income taxes. Other governments, such as states and cities, have their own revenue departments responsible for the collection and administration of their respective tax systems. Taxes based on consumption. Taxes based on consumption are imposed on things that people buy. Sales taxes and excise taxes are examples of taxes based on consumption. While sales taxes are generally imposed across the board on nearly all sales of goods or services in jurisdictions that impose them, unless specifically exempted. Excise taxes are imposed on the sale of specific items. There is no federal sales tax in the United States, but many states and cities have a sales tax. Taxes based on wealth. Taxes based on wealth are taxes imposed on things people own. For example, property taxes, such as those imposed based on the assessed value of real estate or other property, are the main source of revenue for many local governments. Other examples of taxes based on wealth are inheritance, estate, and gift taxes. Do I need to pay taxes? Whether you need to pay taxes depends on where you work, shop, earn income, and live, and how the governments of those jurisdictions tax income, consumption, and wealth. Some taxes will be imposed on you automatically. For example, if your state imposes a sales tax, you will likely have to pay it whenever you purchase goods or services subject to the sales tax. Businesses in your state will be required to collect this sales tax from their customers to remit to the state government. For other taxes, such as income taxes, you may be responsible for filing a tax return with the federal government, your state government, and your local government if you have a filing obligation or if you're filing to claim a refund. Individuals have a filing obligation if they earn more than the standard deduction and/or received more than $400 in self-employment income. If you are employed, your employer may be required to withhold income taxes, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes, and other taxes from your paycheck. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.